The Las Vegas Raiders are one of the most intriguing teams in the NFL this season. They brought in Pete Carroll out of retirement to be their head coach, they traded for Geno Smith, and they drafted Ashton Jeanty in the first round of the NFL draft. But in today's Madden 26 rebuild, I'm taking over as general manager and getting the Raiders their first Super Bowl in a very long time. And here is a look at our roster with Geno Smith leading the helm at our quarterback one position. Jeanty, for whatever reason, is listed at fullback. I don't know why that's a thing. That's definitely not going to be happening. Jeanty at RB1. But this Raiders offense, honestly, is really exciting. We have Brock Bowers. We've got Jeanty. We have Jack Besh as well, who they drafted early in the draft. And whatever you want to say about Jacoby Myers, he's just a solid receiver in this league. The offensive line, we have pieces as well. I like Colton Miller a lot. Jackson Powers Johnson's going to be a really good player for us down the line. The only thing we might really need down the line is a quarterback, because Geno Smith is like 35 or 36 years old, so he's not going to be playing, at least at this level, for much longer. And defensively, there's a lot of work to do. So we have Jeremy Chinn. He's a good player. Max Crosby, obviously one of the best players in the game. But outside of that, there's a lot of holes everywhere. Christian Wilkins, he was recently released, so we're just going to cut him from the team completely. But you can see that most of our draft capital and money in the first couple of years is going to go to this side of the ball. You know, it hurts to do this. I really wish we wouldn't have to take on all of this dead money, but 37.5 penalty. Do this. But there goes Christian. Here was our first look at the draft class this year. Apparently in Madden 26, offensive linemen got a crazy boost. So that's going to be something that we do target, I would say, fairly early on in these drafts. But obviously, quarterback is always going to be in play. Emmett Boone from UCF, 6'6", 234 pounds, is apparently the number one quarterback in this draft. Now, in year number one of this rebuild, I'm just going to utilize the normal playbooks for the Raiders and see how they work. There's usually always a meta for sim, and I don't exactly know what that's going to be this year, so we're just going to try the Raiders off this first season and see how things go if we do get the production that we're looking for. But through this mid-season point, the Raiders are 4-3, and our defense is actually top 10 in the league in every single metric, which is kind of insane. We do have a ton of players to bring back and a lot of cap room, $139 million for this upcoming season. I do want Jacoby Myers back. $12.5 million per year is all right. I think I'm going to give him this contract. Hopefully he accepts, and he will. Colton Miller did get re-signed in real life, so I'm going to offer him this contract. I want him back, and he will sign. Eric Stokes is like our cornerback one, so I think he's just a solid option until we can get some young rookies to maybe take over for him down the road. I think for right now, I'm going to give him this 2-year deal and bring him back. Outside of those players, I don't think I want to sign Jermaine Pratt to a deal. He's almost 30 years old, a 3-year deal for him. I don't love. I guess we can try and give Daniel Carlson a deal because he's still a really good kicker for us. I don't want to have to worry about this the entire rebuild. So how about a 5-year deal? Maybe we'll accept this, move up the money a little bit, and he'll sign. And so far with these prospects, we don't really have much scouting going on. I do have quarterback set for our focus this year because we're really looking for the takeover of Geno Smith. We will continue to see how things progress the rest of the season, but right now, none of these quarterbacks are really standing out. But in year one, we end the season 7-10. Our defense really fell off the second half of the season. I think largely due to our offense. It really did not help us out. But I think this is a realistic outlook for the Raiders in real life next season to just take a step up from being a really bad team, just being competitive year in and year out. But stats this year, Geno Smith just threw for like no yards at all, but had 29 touchdowns to 13 picks, so a pretty solid year. Ashton Jeanty, though, just under 1,000 yards. It looks like Zamir White got over 100 carries. I don't know why he had such a huge part in the backfield. He actually led us in touchdowns. That is super weird. But Jack Besh led us with 949 yards and 9 touchdowns. Bowers didn't have a great season. We're probably going to have to change the playbook because what is this offense? Defensively, though, Max Crosby had 22.5 sacks. Tyree Wilson was second on the team with 6. That's a huge variance. Oh my goodness, he might have won Defensive Player of the Year. Interceptions-wise, Jermaine Pratt led us with 3. I don't like that 2 of our linebackers were the leaders for us this year. Jacorian Bennett had a pick. I think the Raiders also just traded him away to the Eagles, but he was okay for us, it looks like. Jeanty is already up to an 89 overall. He is a superstar, which is really cool to see. Jack Besh is also an 81, which is cool. I mean, the offense looks really good. The offensive line looks like it really improved as well during the season. We really just need to find our quarterback of the future. Defensively, Max Crosby's up to a 99, but again, there's just so many holes outside of him. In the season recap, the Philadelphia Eagles go back-to-back, and Jalen Hurts wins another Super Bowl MVP. Matthew Stafford won NFL MVP, though, and we did not take home any award this year, which sucks. We do have the number 8 overall pick this year, which is cool, and I'm just looking at some of the box score stats, and Marco Brooks looks pretty good. I'm not exactly sure about the coordinators this year, if it really is important or not to your success, so I'm going to fire Roy Walker here. He's got very bad job security. Might as well bring somebody else in. And Emmanuel Ortega, I guess we're going to try and bring him in as our new defensive coordinator. Hopefully he's better. Here was our last look at players to negotiate with. Jermaine Pratt is funny enough up to superstar, but he's already regressing. I just don't want to sign him. We will not be accepting the 5th-year option on Tyree Wilson. Just no way, no how. I mean, Zamir White had a good season for us. He's also young. Raheem Mostert, I think, retired, so he can come back as a running back too. And Dylan Parham is our starting left guard. He's 27 years old. I think he's still getting better. I think giving him a contract makes sense as well, so we're going to lock him up to be our long-term option there. But free agency honestly looks pretty good. I think Leo Chanel would be a great get for us because we just need more players on our defense. And he's got a lot of interest in actually playing for us. So I'm going to overpay a little bit just to make sure we get him with a player-friendly deal. But if we can get Leo Chanel as our Sam linebacker, that would be huge. Now, we do have 3 pretty good corners, but what if we gave Dax Hill a 4-year deal? And we really need help with our defensive tackles, so Derek Nottie on a 1-year deal, I think is another good add. And then Nakobe Dean, another just really solid player who's still in the prime of his career. Our linebacking core is so bad, I'm just willing to throw a contract at him. And the last player I want to sign is Reed Blankenship. So really taking a lot of players from the Chiefs and the Eagles, but we just need all the resources we can get on the defensive side of the ball. And we get all 3 of our major free agents. We did not land Nakobe Dean, so we had to settle for Nate Landman, just a very solid veteran to step in right away and just kind of plug the hole for us for at least 1 season. And the last look at some of these prospects before the draft, there's only really 1 quarterback I would be interested in, and that is Marco Brooks from Utah. He's 6'3", 225 pounds. And I think I'm willing to take him early in this first round. I mean, he actually looks really good with his physicals as well. Elite strength, elite throw power. He's not the greatest athlete, a 4'8", 140-yard dash and a 24-inch vertical leap, but all his accuracies are good. He's good under pressure. He's got great awareness and break sack ability as well. He kind of seems like a Joe Burrow type of prospect, and he's still supposed to go number 9 to the Browns, so theoretically he should be on the board if everything goes as planned. So far, so good. It's really just the Rams here because they were targeting a quarterback. Please don't take Marco, and they didn't. They took Colin Bullard, so we're fine. And now we officially have our quarterback of the future in Marco Brooks from Utah. I'm actually really excited about this guy. He fits our offense so well. We already have so many good playmakers for him. Here goes Roger Goodell announcing the pick of the new generational quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. He's going to save our franchise. And look how hyped up he is to be a Raider. Are you kidding me? Look how hyped up he is. He was number 9 in true value. We got him at number 8. An A-plus pick, though. He is hitting dead with 96 throw power, 79 speed. I actually love this pick. I don't know why it says we need a kicker and punter. We have both of ours locked up long-term. It actually makes no sense whatsoever. But here in the second round, I think Kyrus Ryans from UCLA actually looks like a pretty good player. His physicals are insane, a 4.57 40-yard dash. So he's got elite speed, elite change of direction, great acceleration, and that's kind of what you want for a linebacker whose job is to literally track the football down. And I can't even see my pick. I guess we have our first Madden glitch here, which is kind of annoying. Well, we're back in here, and Ryans is still luckily on the board, so we're going to take him here. This time, I'm not going to sim past it in case there's just some glitch that's going on. But there's Pete Carroll, very hype at the draft pick. Maybe got his next Bobby Wagner, potentially. And it was a slight reach. He's 68 in true value. We got him at 40, but he's still a pretty good player, just has normal dev, which I don't love. There really isn't much on the board here in the third round, but I think Don Townsend from Auburn is probably the route I'm going to go. His key ratings aren't great, but he's 6'3", 259 pounds, and he's got pretty good athleticism, great acceleration, good all across the board, but just decent strength. His skills, he's just pretty mid. I mean, he's got C all across the board, B finesse moves. Maybe Max Crosby can help him out, right? And so he's 169 in true value. Definitely not a great pick. He's normal dev again. I think we low-key just drafted a bust. Well, we're here in the fourth round, and we really need a defensive tackle. There's so many on the board, but I think the best one, honestly, is Felix Baisley here from Wisconsin. He's 6'5", 288 pounds, and his key ratings honestly look really good. But it's his physicals with great speed, great jumping, elite acceleration that really gets me excited about this guy. And his skills with B block shed, A hit power, A tackle, C power move. I think this is a pretty good pick here. And he's actually 71 in true value, so we kind of made up for our last 2 picks with a hidden dev nose tackle here. A huge need in our defense. And here in the 5th round, the last pick I'm going to make in this draft is Jermaine Gray, I believe. Another flyer at the defensive tackle position. He's a speed rusher, 6'4", 305 pounds. But again, it's the physicals. This guy's an absolutely freak athlete. Great acceleration, great change of direction, great jumping, and elite speed. We're in a 4.78 as a defensive tackle. If his skills were better, he'd obviously go early, so he has some really bad ones like F power moves, but A finesse moves, B block shed, B tackle. he could be pretty decent. And he was number 70 in true value, so maybe another hit here. He is only normal dev, which kind of sucks, but maybe early on he can be an impact player for us. And our draft recap is honestly really good because Marco Brooks is a 78 overall right out of the gates. Ryan's is a 73, which is still pretty solid. And then both of our defensive tackles, pretty good for day 3 picks. We did whiff on Townsend, it looks like, but I think 4 impact players potentially from this draft, at least 3, is a really nice class. Now, the best player in this class was Tremont Albert. He went to the Carolina Panthers in 84 overall. And I told you guys about the offensive line. I mean, look at this. 4 out of the top 5 players, offensive linemen. Now, the roster in year number 2, I think we're getting places. I don't know, though, if I want to start Geno Smith or Brooks this year. Brooks is a little bit older of a prospect. He's 23 years old. Maybe we can try and find a trade partner for Geno Smith, who's still just a solid option. But I think I might want to start Brooks. I mean, he's 1 overall less, but he's hidden dev a lot younger. Why wouldn't we play the rookie? And our defense this year, it's just pretty much better every single unit. I love that Jeremy Chen got an upgrade to superstar. I do think we're probably a couple years away, a couple more free agent signings, and then a couple more draft picks so we can hit on. But we just got a really solid team. I kind of expect to make the playoffs this year, depending on how our rookie quarterback performs. I still just don't know a ton about these coordinator abilities, how important they are, but I'm just going to use some of them on all these quarterback ones to just make sure our rookie is really good from the start. So I do want to get our first look at Brooks here. This little training camp drill. And hopefully things can go pretty well. It's just this pocket presence one, which can be a little bit hard. You don't know how to time up your throws really nicely, but avoiding the tennis ball shouldn't really be that hard. It's more about actually hitting the target. There's one again. I think we need, what, 20 or 30,000 for gold, which would be really nice. Give us a nice boost maybe for our dev trait for our rookie quarterback, which could be massive down the road. That one I missed there. I wasn't lined up perfectly. But as long as we don't get hit, I think we should be fine because the multiplier is going to go crazy down the stretch. So again, avoiding it here, and we're already up to bronze, which is nice. Avoid that one. Brooks has a little bit nice little pocket movement to him. I'm actually really liking this guy, the first look, and oh my goodness, so much just got hit. All right, that's another one. We only have 10 seconds left. I think I took way too long, and that one didn't even hit. Are you kidding me, man? We're not even to silver yet. So I'll go over here, and we didn't even hit the ball. All right, bro. So we're going to get bronze. Didn't really help us out a ton, but we're going to take it. And looking at the Geno Smith market, we can get Greg Newsome and a couple picks from the very desperate Browns, which is really intriguing. We don't really need a receiver, so I'm probably out on all these deals. I think Paulson Adebo is good, but not as good as that first package. We don't really need a linebacker now, although Danny Stutzman could be a really good pick down the road for us. You know, we're going to go Greg Newsome, get a 3rd-round pick back as well, and Geno Smith is now a Cleveland Brown. For schemes this year, I'm going to try out the Kansas City Chiefs offensive playbook, and I guess we're just going to stick with the Raiders defense and their scheme, at least the first half of this season. In the draft class again this year, there are 2 quarterbacks that are supposed to go in the top 5, so maybe, just maybe, we should have waited another year, but I'm still really happy with our pick. There could be a defensive tackle that's really interesting because we still need more help on the defensive line, and then this safety and Toomer, so couple pretty good options for us potentially. I do want to hop into our first game of the season against the New England Patriots and get a feel for not only this environment, which is sick. Madden made sure to add a ton of these nice intros to the game, but also our roster. I want to see Genty. I want to see our new quarterback in Brooks. Let's see what we can do. So the first moment we have here is the Patriots going for it on 4th and inches. We're going to run commit up the middle and user Chanel here, and of course Drake May's going to pass, and he's got the first down. But we already have them on a 3rd and 15. Now we're going to be protecting the sticks, and that's going to be a little bit short for the Patriots. Maybe they go for it again. They got a field goal, but now we get to use the most exciting offense in the NFL potentially. I mean, this is a really fun offense. There's so many young players. Look at Brock Bowers bouncing off the tackle. Brooks is so lucky to have such an elite weapon underneath, just kind of be his safety blanket. And now across the middle of the field again, Jack Besh. What a weird animation that was. But a really low-scoring game, which is a good sign for our defense, but our offense hasn't been able to get loose yet. I really want to get Brooks his first passing touchdown of his career, and we're going to try and escape here, and it's not going well. We just got to throw it away. Oh my goodness, he's pretty slow. But the Patriots just turned the ball over to start this second half. We are in the goal-to-go situation. Brock Bowers underneath. Oh man. Maybe Brooks is a little bit more raw than we thought, because he completely whiffed on that wide open throw. Maybe it was because he was on the move, but Bowers underneath here, he's going to fight towards the 1. And you know what? I would love to get Brooks his first touchdown, but how about Genty? We haven't even ran a play with him yet. Genty up the middle. He's got the touchdown. Get used to that, Raiders fans. But we're back on defense. Our offense went 3 and out, and we got some pressure here. They're going to be short of the sticks. I wonder if they're in field goal range, though. No points for the Patriots, so now we just got to run out this clock, and Ginty in a couple yards here. Let's see if we can take a shot with Brooks. We're still looking for his first touchdown, and that was almost a disaster. So 3rd and 8, a screen pass to Ginty. We got it out there. Can he get to the edge? He can. We got the first down. That's a huge play. Just a great play call. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and now it's time for Ginty to get loose. And Ashton Ginty, nice run. But let's try and air him out here. I really want to see what our quarterback can do. We've got Brock Bowers up the seam, and Bowers somehow dropped it. You can now look me in the eye and tell me Bowers does not catch that in real life. He had an easy step. But we're going to try a very similar play here up the seam again. And Jacoby Myers, that was weird, but he caught it. And it would be very smart to just knee this game away. But come on, we want to give Brooks his first passing touchdown of his career. We have Jacoby Myers here. He's going to get inside the 1. Who wants it? Is it Bowers? Does Bowers want the first career passing touchdown of Brooks? Let's see. Bowers underneath. He's got it. That's going to be an elite duo for years to come. We hop in. We get a win 17-6. A really good start to this season. But now through the midseason point, we are 3-3. And it looks like our offense is one of the worst in the league this year so far. Kind of expected with a rookie quarterback, but I don't know, man. Why is Ginty not carrying the ball better? We do have some players to bring back, and Jeremy Chin is up first, and he has no interest in playing for us. We'll offer him a player-friendly deal, 4 years, and he will sign. Derek Notty's been good. We have no depth at defensive tackles, so why not just bring him back in a 1-year deal? I think I'm fine letting Trey Tucker leave, honestly, but I do think Michael Mayer is our tight end too, kind of our fullback hybrid as well. We'll bring him back. And say what you want about Tyree Wilson, but in this sim, he's developed into being a solid pass rusher. And again, we don't really have much depth at this position. Might as well bring him back. I don't really think at this point we need Ja'Cory Bennett because we already have 3 corners under contract, still fairly young. So we're probably going to let him walk. Maybe we can even trade him at the deadline. But I think outside of that, I'm fine letting the rest of these guys walk. AOC, I don't think I want to pay a backup $26 million. And a slight drop down for the Raiders this year, 7-10, but look at our overalls. 87 overall, 88 offense, 87 defense. But our defense, again, was so bad. I think we got to change the playbook and scheme, man. Oh, my goodness. Stats for the season. Marco Brooks, 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 7 picks as a rookie. Are you kidding? It's probably the best rookie season of all time. And then rushing-wise, Ginty still not over 1,000 yards, but 4.9 average is kind of insane. I don't know why Brooks had 71 attempts. Receiving-wise, Jacoby Myers absolutely cooked this year. 1,300 yards and 18 touchdowns. Besh was really good as well. I think we might have to put Bowers in the slot and just deal with it because I just think we're wasting his talent at this point. Defensively, again, Crosby, 21.5 sacks. And basically, our rookie defensive tackle, 5.5 sacks is honestly pretty good. Picks-wise, Greg Newsome, who we traded for, had 3 picks. Eric Stokes had 2. We definitely produced a little bit better this year. Just the record wasn't quite there. Some really good news is that Brooks is a superstar, and with his boost right now, he's up to a 91 overall already, which is insane. Our offensive line, 80 overall plus. Myers is doing really well, so is Ginty. I mean, this offense is really good. Defensively, Baisley, who we got, like I think in the 4th round, is a superstar X Factor. I knew this guy was good when we picked him, but this guy's like borderline generational. Are you kidding me? The Cincinnati Bengals, they did win the Super Bowl 31-23, and Joe Burrow was Super Bowl MVP. What I don't understand is how we did not win Offensive Rookie of the Year. That is blasphemy. Although Max Crosby did win Defensive Player of the Year, which is nice. I don't think we need to fire any of our coordinators. They're doing pretty well, honestly. 72% and then 69%. Nice for Emmanuel Ortega, who we hired. Our last look at players before free agency, Brock Bowers, I do want to bring him back, obviously, on this 5th-year option. Trey Tucker, honestly, he's not very expensive. We need some depth with our receivers. I guess we can sign him back on a 2-year deal. Really outside of that, I'm fine letting the rest of these players walk. Hopefully, there's a couple of solid veterans we can pay some money to. This is a really good class. The problem is, Kyle Hamilton, he does not want to play for us whatsoever, which kind of sucks. I think we could sign Kayvon Thibodeau to this 2-year deal. He's got interest in playing for us. Just some more depth off the edge with Tyree Wilson, so we'll give him an offer. And, we'll throw our hat in the ring for Kyle Hamilton. I don't expect to get him, but we'll just give him a player-friendly deal, see if he wants to be a Raider. And he didn't, but we did get Kayvon Thibodeau, and we got a long snapper, because I guess we needed one for whatever reason. But, again, pretty good addition in the offseason. Looking at this draft class, I think that Toomer could be in range for us, where we can even trade up a couple spots to get him. I don't think we desperately need him for week 1. But Blankenship and Chin are getting up there in age a little bit, so he could just be a good insurance policy. We're picking number 12, so if we do want one of these players in the secondary, We are going to have to move up, so we might have to send a trade offer to the Chargers. Montavious Jones is also a top 5 talent, so he could be another player we trade up for. I mean, yeah, this corner looks really good. Probably could be the superstar X factor. And Toomer is still really good, but he's got a 4.5 340. I mean, his numbers are still amazing. I think we got to get one of these guys. We're going to offer the Chargers our first round pick and pick number 44. And that does get the trade done, which is cool. But we do have the choice at either one of these players. I mean, Toomer or this corner, they're both so good. I mean, we seriously can't go wrong. I think Toomer might be slightly the better player, but he isn't as big as a need. I mean, we don't really need somebody in the secondary badly. But I mean, you know what? We didn't trade up to number 6, not take the player that was supposed to go here. Let's go Bryce Toomer. And he was ranked number 1 in the entire draft. So I think we did make the right decision here. He is hidden dev. 89 speed, 92 acceleration, a really good player. There's honestly really nothing good on the board here. I might be trading this pick. I mean, I looked at a lot of these players. There's nothing really that excites me. I mean, like, Swede here is a pretty good athlete, but you go to his skills and it's pretty bad all across the board. So we're going to take a 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounder from the Dolphins in 2028 and just move out of this selection. And you know, Josh Swede, he's still here. This guy's not going to be good. I just don't know what else to take. We need to take some players. I guess he can just be developmental defensive tackle for us. And yeah, he's 317. So this guy might not even make it through training camp. And the last pick I want to make in this draft is this Sam linebacker, 4.57 40. I mean, he's got great acceleration as well as skills. Pretty mid, but again, we're kind of just looking for some backup depth at this point. And he's number 195 in true value, so definitely better than our last pick. But again, not a great player for us. And oh my goodness, Bryce Toomer is an 88 overall. This is normal draft class strength. And this guy's already one of the best safeties in the league. This is actually a generational player. The rest of our draft is really bad, and Swede is at 62, which is hilarious, but who cares? We got a generational player. So here's what the team is looking like in year number 3. There is no excuse to not make the playoffs this year. This offense is absolutely loaded with an 88 overall year 2 quarterback. On defense, we're looking even better with Toomer now in. I moved Jeremy Chin to Mike linebacker. He has played that a little bit in his past. So we're going to have him play that role. I do think Landman is pretty solid, but I think Chin, 4 overall is better. I think he can be pretty good in this spot. We've got Thibodeau starting with Max Crosby this year, so our pass rush should be improved, and I'm really liking how this team is looking. But this year, I'm going to utilize the Ravens 3-4 defense. It fits us pretty well, and hopefully that playbook does make our defense just a tad bit better, because it's been like the worst in the league rank-wise. We are going to put Brock Bowers in the slot this year, and hopefully his production really skyrockets. I guess this year we're going to spend all of our coach points for our defensive coordinator because he's been struggling since we brought him on. And through the midseason point, it's our best start. 4-2, and 88 overall across the board, and it looks like our defense is doing a little bit better, but our offense is really carrying. We've got 17 players to sign and still a lot of cap space. Jackson Powers Johnson, obviously want him back. A really good young player. Eric Stokes, who's been a solid player for us on the perimeter. 1-year deal's fine for him. DJ Glaze has developed into being a pretty good option at right tackle. We obviously could find better, but I think he's still fairly cheap and good enough to bring him back. He's not going to sign it right away, but that's fine by me. We'll eventually get him back. And Derek Nottie, again, another 1-year deal is fine for me. Dylan Parham, another 2-year deal, another close to 80 overall player. But I think outside of that, we're fine letting everybody else walk. I'll probably find another backup running back this year instead of paying Zamir White again. And the Raiders, 12-5, and we won the division. We are going to be hosting a playoff game. The Kansas City Chiefs also missed the playoffs. We had the number 6 offense in the league. Our defense was better this year. Still not great, which I don't quite understand. But Marco Brooks was honestly a little bit worse this year in terms of his production. 4,400 yards, 32 touchdowns, 9 picks. Still a really good season. Rushing-wise, Genty again almost averages 5 yards a carry, but didn't even have 1,000 yards. Receiving-wise, Jack Besh and Brock Bowers all had tremendous seasons. Myers also was good again. But I put Bowers in the slot, and then our production as an offense isn't as good as it was last year, so I'm just kind of confused on what I should actually do. And Michael Mayer had 77 catches. I just don't understand what's going on in this offense. Defensively this year, only 15.5 sacks for Max Crosby, but it's because Kayvon Thibodeau had 11.5. That was a really good signing for us. And of course, our second-year nose tackle, Felix Baisley, with 6.5. Jeremy Chin as our Mike linebacker led us with picks with 4, and Reed Blankenship had 2. And why did I not realize this entire time? Charles Grant has been starting for us, not DJ Glaze. So why did I even extend him? Toomer, if there was any doubt, is a superstar X factor. Baisley's one of the best players in the league already. Max Crosby is still a stud. I mean, really outside like one amazing corner, You can't build a much better defense than this. And this has got to be the first Raiders playoff game they've hosted in like 3 decades. Of course, it's against a future Hall of Fame quarterback in Josh Allen. But who knows? We might have one of our own with Brooks here, because this guy's an absolute stud. Has us winning the division in only his 2nd year. And across the middle of the field here is Brock Bowers for a first down on our first play from scrimmage. I don't know why Ashton Jeanty is not in. We have a guy named Bob. Bob is getting a carry. I don't know why this white boy's in the game. That was just super weird, but Ashton Jeanty's back in. 2nd and 8 here. Can we get a nice run down the field? Jeanty outside. We probably shouldn't have cut that up. Why is DJ Glaze out wide? What is going on? Why do we have him running a post corner? I'm so confused on what's going on. Do you really need subs that bad in this game? I have no idea what's happening. We're just going to throw this up the field, and what a play. I don't know why Landman now is playing tight end. And Dotson, I don't even know who half the... Why is Jeremy Chin in? What is going on with these Madden subs? I actually have no clue what's going on, and that's why the play got blown up. I mean, we have 6 receivers. That is plenty. At tight end, we have 3 players. I honestly have no words why we have these linemen and our 3rd string running back playing. Like, we had DJ Glaze running route after route, and our backup quarterback, I'm actually so lost with what's happening right now. But you know what? We're going to throw it to our quarterback underneath here, and he's going to pick up a first down. This is just the weirdest thing ever. I don't know what's happening. I have injuries off as well, so it can't be injuries. I just don't know why our normal players are not just running their routes. This is just such a weird glitch, but again, halfback screen to Jeanty. He's got some blocking up the field, and Jeanty's going to pick up the first down. Now officially inside the red zone, some play action here in Brock Bowers. One-on-one coverage. He's got the touchdown. I'm trying not to hop into too many moments because I feel like there's just a glitch if I hop into the game. But on this 4th and 3, the Bills are going to go for it, and Allen, he's got to run lane, and he's got the first down. The Bills scored a touchdown, and then now again, they're on the move. So a key 3rd and 7 here. We've got James Cook going out wide. And again, look, the Bills also have a lineman playing receiver. I just don't understand what's going on in this game. But Allen's under some pressure, and he goes down. There 100% has to be some Madden glitch right now. It's so weird, kind of sucky, but you know what? We still get Ashton Jeanty out wide, juking inside, picking up another first down. I don't think it's like this in the normal sim because none of these guys had a bunch of stats in the menu, but it kind of sucks when we hop in because Jeanty just can't really get loose when he's got wide receivers playing tackle for him. But the 2-minute warning is hit. We're probably about 2 first downs away from winning this game as we're going to take a big sack. And now we got a 3rd and long. Luckily, I have our backup quarterback and our backup tackle running routes offensively. We're just going to lob one up deep to Brock Bowers, and oh my goodness, he's so good. What a throw. It doesn't even matter we have one weapon, because Brock Bowers is generational. And Jeanty, there's his cool little stance, little handoff inside, Jeanty up the middle, 9-yard run. The game is pretty much over as long as we don't fumble the football. If Jeanty gets 3 yards, we can literally just run out the clock, and he's got it. Jeanty, first down and more. And in year 3, the Las Vegas Raiders have won themselves their first playoff game, which is awesome. And the Denver Broncos lost to the Colts, so we're going to get Indianapolis in the 2nd round. I wonder who their quarterback is. Does seem like Anthony Richardson. He is somehow still in Indianapolis. Had a fairly good game in the playoffs, though. But hopefully we get off to a fast start in this game against the Colts. Another game at home. And it looks like Indianapolis is going to score first. And you know, it would be really nice, EA, if we could use our normal weapons, because no wonder our offense can't move the ball. We have DJ Glaze running routes. Here comes DJ Glaze in motion. That should be Brock Bowers or somebody else on our team. And I don't know how that was caught by our backup quarterback. So Brooks has like 30 yards passing. I mean, it makes sense because we have no eligible receivers like actually running routes. But it would be nice if that could be fixed fairly soon. I think the defense is pretty normal from my vantage point. But Anthony Richardson's going to try and win this game here. And oh my goodness, he almost just threw a dime. Would love to force a turnover here and not have to drive down the field with a bunch of backups. He's going to check it down. Josh Downs, he's going to be a little bit short. Tooman with the tackle. Feeling a Jonathan Taylor run. I don't want to run commit because Madden cheats and they'll make it audible to a pass real quick. So we're just going to stay in this little blitz here. It is going to be a run. And Jeremy Chin, huge play. We need about, what, 25, 30 yards for a field goal attempt. Hopefully we can get that here, but it would be really nice if we had some real receivers running routes. I literally went to the depth chart. All of these guys should not be in the game. I do not know or understand what is happening. DJ Glaze underneath. Of course he's not going to catch it. This is legitimately one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. I mean, these guys don't come off the field either. We have Brock Bowers and then just a bunch of scrubs. Ginty underneath. He's going to hold on. We got a first down. I don't know how I'm supposed to win a Super Bowl when I have 2 eligibles on offense. I actually don't get it. Ginty underneath. Another great catch and blocking downfield. If you've played Madden Franchise yet, please let me know if you have this same glitch, because I just don't understand. Like, there's really nothing we can do on offense except for play between 2 players. We are in field goal range, but I'm just waiting for, like, Ashton Ginty to come out as our field goal kicker, and we're going to just chank it. We've got a 3rd and 7 here. Just a completion, and then take the clock would be nice. We'll dump it off to Ginty. Can he make a man miss? He can. Ginty's an absolute stud, or I guess he goes down. Well, luckily, Carlson is coming on, which is nice, and now we just got to nail the kick, and that should be good right down the middle. How did he miss that? How did he miss that? That's our punter. Why is our punter kicking the field goal? What is going on in this game? What is going on in this game? I actually don't know what's going on. Why is the depth chart so weird? They somehow scored a touchdown. What? Can somebody explain what is going on with these depth charts? It's actually making me furious. Why is everything screwed up? That was an easy win, and we get screwed because our punter is taking the field goal while Carlson is literally holding the kick. And the Colts won on a 73-yard by Jonathan Taylor, probably because we had like Brock Bowers and Ginty playing defensive line. I actually have no words. That may be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And the Lions went all the way to win the Super Bowl, 35-24. Jared Goff, Super Bowl MVP. Last look of players to negotiate with, Ashton Ginty, I'm going to bring back on this 5th-year option. I guess we need to sign DJ Glaze to be like our wide receiver too. Yeah, he can leave in free agency. And I think Richardson was another guy that was literally playing receiver for us. In free agency, a lot of really good players, including Cooper DeJean, and he's going to be our cornerback 1. He's absolutely insane. We're going to give him a very player-friendly deal to make sure we get him. And I think the last missing piece of our team we just got. Might as well go all in and try and get Jack Campbell as well and just shore up the last couple of holes in our defense while we still have a quarterback on a rookie deal. Might as well give Keaton Mitchell a contract since he'll probably be playing tight end for us. We need his speed. And we'll try and get one more defensive tackle in Ty Hamilton. And if we get him, I really think our team's complete. And we did get all 4 players, Cooper DeJean, Jack Campbell, Keaton Mitchell, and Ty Hamilton. And now we have by far the best roster in the sport. And heading into the draft, we really don't have a flaw. Our offense is so good. We go 2 deep at running back. We go like 4 or 5 deep at receiver. The best tight end in the league. The offensive line is really good all across the board. And now our defense, we have a superstar X-Factor corner, a superstar X-Factor safety, a superstar X-Factor defensive tackle, and a superstar X-Factor pass rusher. What is there to do in this team? We've built a generational squad. But can we just not get cheated out of a win? There's this top 5 talent pass rusher in Terrence Overton from Florida. I might just for fun try and trade up and get him because he looks like an absolute stud. And we just gave them a haul. 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 2 third-round picks just to get this pass rusher. We're going to see how generational Terrence Overton is. 6'2", 269 pounds. I mean, our defense is going to be so good. He's number 2 in true value. He's got 81 strength, 88 acceleration, 82 speed, and his skills. A pursuit, A finesse move, A play rec. Yeah, he's really good. And he's not even close to the safety we drafted last year. He's an 80 overall, which don't get me wrong, is really good, but not generational. But the team this year in year number 4 is disgusting. There is not a single flaw. I'm probably just going to try and sim as much as I can to avoid the glitches that we were going through. But honestly, a flawless roster. I'm really happy with how things have turned out. And now we can see if we just go crazy this year or not. And to the midseason point, we are 6-1. We are definitely just a dominant team this year. The number 3 offense, the number 2 defense in the league. Quickly just going to roll through players to negotiate with. Brock Bowers, obviously want him back, the best tight end in the league. Jack Besh as well. He's developed into a really good player for us. I want him back on a 3-year contract. He'll stay. Darian Porter, he's become a really good player for us, especially in the slot. I want him back. Charles Grant, our right tackle. He's developed again. Another player that's really gotten a lot better. We've got so much depth on the defensive line, but Kayvon Thibodeau, another player we're going to sign. And the Raiders went 14-3 this year, the number 1 ranked defense in points per game, and the number 2 offense. Marco Brooks might have won MVP with 4,100 yards, 45 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions. On the ground, Ashton Ginty finally over 1,000 yards, averaging 5.5 yards per carry, which is insane. Receiving wise, Jack Besh was our leading receiver with 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. Jacoby Myers was still good. Brock Bowers was still really good. And defensively this year, Crosby, Thibodeau, and Baisley all in double digits for their sack numbers. Greg Newsome, Cooper DeJean, Toomer, really holding it down in our secondary. And we did get the first round bye, which is really nice. You can see with the morale boost, our team is just even more ridiculous. We're up to a 93 overall. And oh my goodness, we have multiple 99 overalls on defense. The division round, we have the Browns, which is a huge upset because the number 2 seed Ravens lost at home. So here we go against Cleveland. I just want to check and make sure our normal players are on the field, and it looks like they are. We'll see if it stays this way, but Bowers is just so elite underneath. Another huge catch. And now we have all of our backups in. Hopefully it's just for stamina reasons, although you never just see all the backups be playing at one time. But Mayer here for another first down. But then again, Cooper DeJean and Greg Newsome are now in at receiver. Why is this happening? It's so weird. It is so weird. So we're just going to run with Brooks here. He's got the speed to bring us inside the 5. I'm seriously just going to start simming all of these games because what is the point of hopping in if when I play, it's just a huge disadvantage for our team. So Genty gets a touchdown there. The Browns can't score at all. So hopefully we can just go down the field, take an advantage here. Still 7-0. Field goal opportunity. It's 10-0. The Browns offense still can't do anything against our defense. They do score a touchdown. And here go the Browns down the field, but it looks like we're going to hold on and win. 10-7. So, really weird game again, but we escape against the Brownies, and we're moving on to the AFC Championship game. And the Bengals, I think, won the Super Bowl last year, or at least the last couple of years. They're a matchup in the AFC Championship game. Now, the Bengals do have the #1 offense in the league with Chase, Higgins, Burrow still there. So, we're going to need to score some points today, or our defense just have a generational performance, and so far, it is looking like a shootout. The Bengals tied up 7-7. We cannot respond and score. The Bengals are going to take the lead. We are going to get a field goal to make it 14-10. We got the ball back again. I just don't want to hop in because I'll just ruin the sim. We get a safety. Kind of weird, but we're back inside the red zone, 3rd and goal. We score a touchdown, and the Bengals going for it on 4th down didn't get it. The Las Vegas Raiders. 14-19. We take down the Bengals, and Pete Carroll is headed back to the Super Bowl. And of course, the Philadelphia Eagles are back. They defeated the Bears 38-24 in the NFC Championship game. And in Raymond James Stadium, it's pouring rain, which I don't even know if that's good for our offense or not because we got so many weapons on the outside. But we will see if we can take down the Philadelphia Eagles on this first drive. Not much scoring as you would expect, but the Eagles do get a field goal first. And I don't know if we're going to score here in the first half. We're inside the red zone. We tied up 3-3. We're in the red zone again. And our offense do something effectively. Here we go. It's 10-3. We are competing against the Eagles, but they are going to tie it up. And can we go down the field and win this game? And we are at the 6-yard line. So even if we have Ashton Genty show up as our kicker, I think we should be okay from here. The Eagles are going to use their timeouts. We're going to attempt to find Bowers on the slant route. We got him. Brock Bowers holds on, and we might have just done it. Hopefully our defense gets a stop. We've put so much resources into them, and it looks like that's it. The Las Vegas Raiders, our Super Bowl champions. It was kind of a weird route here. Probably should have even happened last year. We got ourselves a ring. Max Crosby, Pete Carroll. This rebuild officially complete. Marco Brooks did win Super Bowl MVP, which is great to see in Pete Carroll back-to-back Coach of the Year. But that is going to do it for me in today's video. Here's the last look at the team. Our offense is absolutely ridiculous, and the defense might even be better. We have 4 almost 99 overalls with Baisley, Crosby, Toomer, and DeJean. Just an unreal team and a great first rebuild on Madden 26. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. But let me know in the comment section below which team I should rebuild next. Be on the lookout for a series I'm going to be doing on this game coming very shortly. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.